to the Huddle. I'm your host, Mike Lay. We're back for another week. To my left, we got.
CPQ Flim, Sean Fleming.
CPQ Flim.
Hey.
My man, JB in the building.
Yeah, of course.
Sir.
Charlie P sitting on the corner.
Okay. So look, last week we didn't have a show in honor of Mother's Day.
Yes.
So we want to give a shout out to all the mothers. My mother personally, Mama Lay, as people from around my neighborhood call us. We appreciate you. If y'all want to give a shout out?
Absolutely. Mama Fleming, I'd like to shout you out. Also have Mama Cabell, my grandmother, Dorothy Calloway. And I have my beautiful wife, the mother of my two kids.
There you go.
Cover all the bases, you know?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Big Queen, you know what's good.
Okay.
Holla at you in the building.
Trisha P, Fuquay, North Carolina. That's my mother.
Where?
Love her.
Where?
Fuquay. That's outside of Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. Back in the hood.
Okay.
Okay, you got some
I don't.
Tobacco field.
Good,
Mama
good,
P. Love
good
you.
food down
Okay.
there.
All right.
All right. So, it's been a lot of sports going on, both in the area and out of it. Boxing world actually has had a lot of pop lately. Lomachenko had a really good fight against Linares.
Yes, he did.
He showed a lot of toughness through a lot of adversity in that fight. So, Sean, you want to expand on it?
Yeah, Lomachenko, known as the Matrix, went into a fight against Linares. And Linares went in there undefeated. But Lomachenko showed him some things. He took him right on to school.
So why they call him the Matrix though?
The Matrix, his defense, his head movement, the way he maneuvers around that ring, he's absolutely amazing. I learned for myself that night why they call him the Matrix.
Okay.
He used some angles that I've never seen a boxer use in order to get into Linares, and he had him looking confused, man.
So you think the boxing world has changed, like from Mayweather, the things he did? Mayweather just basically do defense.
Mhm.
So how the Matrix, you call him that, how would he act against that?
How would Mayweather act against the Matrix?
Yeah.
Or how would the Matrix act? Okay.
Vice versa.
As far as Mayweather's defense and Lomachenko, I think Lomachenko, the difference is Lomachenko is going to keep pressing.
Okay.
Although Floyd Mayweather has great defense, Lomachenko, he did some things in that fight against Linares that I've never seen done before. Like throwing a right straight and then sliding around to that guy's left. So I'm not sure what Floyd would be able to do against that. Floyd is one of the better boxers we ever seen.
Yep.
But Lomachenko is going to press him, and he's going to do some things that Floyd has never fought against.
Wow.
That's what's up.
But Floyd is definitely a veteran. He's a ring vet.
Yeah, man. It's been a lot of people with a lot of different styles went against Floyd, and we still haven't seen anybody crack the Da Vinci Code. So that's definitely a what if story. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Also in boxing, we had the local family boxing, the Russell brothers. They fought up at MGM. We had the pleasure of visiting their gym twice the week leading up to the fight. And, we really saw the determination, the hard work these young men put in, these young kings, as they say, is that my king?
Yeah.
So, and then you also got to see that they really are some good people, man, good-hearted, lighthearted too. They joke around, they have fun. So these young brothers really are enjoying life, enjoying what they do, but they also come to take care of business. Now, Carl, you were present live in the building at MGM.
Yeah.
What did you see from these young gentlemen?
I mean, hey, leading up this week, we saw them working in the gym. They
Yeah.
put that work.
It was hot in that gym.
Oh yeah, it was
I was
hot.
doing a lot of sweating.
It was hot. It was hot.
It's not for fat people. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that.
But everything that they did in the gym leading up to the fight, they displayed it in the ring.
Okay.
Okay.
First fight, the first brother that fought was Antonio. So he put Cuz down. First round, he knocked him down. Then kept pummeling him. Once he got up, it was like 15 seconds left in that round. Then fast forward, round 4, knocked him down again. Then round 5, that's when they was like, all right, it's a wrap. Because he got Cuz up against the ropes, hit him with a body blow, KO. They was like, look, it's a wrap for Cuz.
But he looked like me.
Oh, he did?
The opponent?
No, not that one.
Oh.
That was against Antoine.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Now
Continue, sir.
Antonio, his guy was in shape,
Yeah, he was in shape.
but
was
he
in shape.
just didn't have the mechanics.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, you could tell he still need to train a little bit more.
So he should go to Enigma Boxing Gym.
Yeah.
Shout out.
The next fight was Antoine Russell,
Uh-huh.
the Olympian.
Right.
You know, so I mean, off the break, got Cuz up out of there first round, like no games.
But dude look like he go sit down at the local diner with me.
Yeah, what was his name? Wilmer.
That sounds like a guy that doesn't box.
He
Definitely.
was not in shape.
Yeah.
I mean, not in shape at all.
Oh, well.
So do you think that take credit from what the Russell brothers doing? Don't get me
Nah,
wrong.
because he still went to work, and Cuz had his hands up, but he just wasn't in shape. So that hurt his side
But their
of it,
competition is not on that level.
But here's the thing, though, Charlie.
Nah.
If you consider a fighter to be great and they don't take care of someone like that, then you're talking about it.
Absolutely.
You like,
True
you
that.
know what?
True.
That's been the argument against Floyd Mayweather too. Him choosing his fights.
Right.
If you think about the big names that Floyd Mayweather had up against him in his 40 victories or however many it was, not a lot of big names out there.
Yeah.
I mean,
He chose them wisely.
you think about it. If I'm out of shape and I'm go box Russells, they should take care of me ASAP, and he did that ASAP.
But why should you accept that fight?
What you mean? I don't know he's not in shape.
Yeah.
Once you accept the fight, now you
It's
got
your
months to
duty.
train and get prepared. I don't know what you doing, where you at.
It ain't his fault because it's on the couch watching.
But just like me getting in the ring with the Russell brothers, I'm done.
Hey,
I
that's
mean,
your fault.
that's
You
why
don't
you gotta
prepare.
train.
Yeah.
Right.
You
That's
came
right,
in
you
here
gotta
with your
prepare.
whole 5K outfit on like you about to run a marathon. You know what I'm saying? You training right now, Charlie. What's the
So-
difference?
You gotta
You know what I'm
train.
saying?
That's right.
So, and he didn't apparently. So, and it showed because he got him up out of there ASAP. It was like 16 seconds into the round or something like. It was crazy.
Man.
You know. Then Big Brother came out, main event. You know. Everybody. I mean, so it was packed in that joint. First time at a boxing match in person, so I was just taking all the sights in. A lot of sights. So I was just taking all the sights in and enjoying, but it definitely, like, you could tell people really fooled with all three of the Russell brothers. They came in. I mean, when he came out, they was cheering like they was on their feet. They was ready,
That's what's up,
ready to see that work.
It's that home field advantage.
Oh yeah, and he came out ready to work. You know that jab he was working on, that jab pop. So he started that. And then Cuz was slower than him, but he had a little power. So Cuz started, battling back with that jab, giving him some body blows. And second half of the fight, he adjusted and took over the rest of the fight. It came down to a unanimous decision.
Yeah.
And he's still the champ.
Also, one of the key things to boxing is you have to throw punches.
Yeah.
And Gary Russell in this fight alone, he threw the most punches he's ever thrown in any fight.
Yeah.
And so that was very strategic. Had he not thrown those punches, with it going down to the card, he could have very well lost it.
Yeah, very well.
So all that training paid off.
I mean, by
Unlike Wilmer.
I think by the 8th round, the judges already had him winning by, I think it was like 6 points. Was the projection. So he went to work. All them combos he was doing in the gym and working with the speed bag and all.
He's pretty quick.
Well, you said the band was out of shape, so why he had to go to 8 to decision?
No, not this guy.
Okay,
This
okay.
was the
Nah,
last
this dude
fight.
went out of shape.
Oh no,
This dude went
cuz
out of shape.
He
JoJo
was undefeated.
Yeah,
he came to the fight
JoJo was
undefeated.
undefeated.
Okay,
JoJo
okay.
did not
Just
play
making
any
sure.
games. He didn't come out there slouching. But still, Gary did his job.
All right.
You
Well, we want to give a shout out to all three of the Russell brothers.
Shout out to the
Good job,
Russell
Russell
brothers.
brothers.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
And we're not gonna forget you, other Gary, that's helping train.
Oh
You're
yeah, my man.
doing a real good job with your brothers, man. It's a tough job to do. It takes a lot of responsibility, and I'm sure they appreciate you for it. And y'all keep doing good work, man. We definitely gonna come back through, holler at y'all, celebrate.
The one thing I did like, and then we're gonna move on. I know we gotta move on, but Gary was in the corner for every fight for his brothers. So I did appreciate and like that. That's he was in the corner with them every fight.
Nah, they definitely have a really good
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
relationship. So
Siblingship.
that's
Yep.
that's good
Gotta
to
have
see.
it. Gotta have it.
And they was all professional after they after they laid the smack down. You know, they all went over. You know, shook the man hand.
Yeah.
You know, so they was all professional about it too. So that was good.
Okay,
That's
all
good
right,
stuff.
all right. So, real quick, actually, we'll get back to that after these commercials.
Where did the name come from? Like, why did you pick Wing Builders?
Wow. So when I was in 8th grade, my last year playing with Silver Hill, I had a coach. I remember like my last practice. It still stick with me. I'm 31 now. I was 13, and I remember he sat us down and he said, "You know, this can be our last game in Boys and Girls Club. Some of y'all never gonna play football again. Most of y'all are gonna just be hall walkers."
Wow.
And I thought it was like, I guess I got it. Like now I look at it, I was like, I get it, like tough love type deal. But some of us didn't have our dads in our lives. Some of us might have lived with grandparents. And we were 13, so I thought that was like a tough thing to tell a kid at 13 years old. Like, you don't know how it can impact me, like impact them. Like for me, it was kind of like in the bag with motivation, right? But at some point, you gotta realize like there's not enough negativity in the world to keep you going. Once you reach a point, people gonna love you. Then, well, how you gonna respond to that? So, you know, I just felt like no kid deserved to have their wings clipped. You know, no kid deserves to feel like his circumstances should make him be destined for failure. So, every kid I deal with, I try to meet them where they are, and I try to make sure that I can make sure that they're the best version of themselves.
Where did the name come from? Like, why did you pick Wing Builders?
And we're back. We were talking to you guys about boxing before the commercials. Just want to give a quick update to NBA playoffs. The Cavaliers took care of business very intensely versus the Celtics, and now they are down 2-1.
2-1.
The next game will be in Cleveland, so we'll see how the young team responds to the onslaught that took place.
Expect it.
The Warriors and Rockets play tonight, I believe at 8:30.
Think
8:30.
so. 8:30.
And that series is tied 1-1. So
Cavs had 6 players in double digits.
yeah, the point spread was pretty nice. I mean, LeBron finally got some help.
But that was expected, though. You know, going home, you know,
You're
think
right.
about it. The NBA,
You're right.
they do not want the playoff games to end so
Be
soon.
sweeps.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
But you
And-
still got to make the shots.
Yeah.
True that.
Well, J.R.
Yeah.
Smith said the 3 days rest did help them. They are old. They are pretty old. He was like, Boston got a lot of players that was born '98. He's like,
They
you
do.
understand that.
They do.
So, the series is getting interesting. We'll see if we have more fireworks. So today is May 20th, fellas.
Wow.
A lot of fun
History.
facts in sports occurred during this week. Now, Sean, you got a list, man. What you got on your list?
I got a little bit of a list, man.
Okay.
It's a little history,
Yeah,
a little history
just a
lesson.
little history on May 20th. Just in case some people were wondering, we've been talking about boxing for a majority of the night thus far.
Okay.
1983, May 20th, 1983.
I wasn't even born
Yeah,
yet.
me neither. It's a
I
bad
was
year.
I was almost
You was almost.
almost 2 years old.
Okay.
Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes. Everybody knows Larry Holmes.
Yeah.
He defeated Tim Witherspoon in 12 rounds for the heavyweight boxing title.
Now, was he related to John?
John Witherspoon.
Yeah.
The way he was boxing, you might thought he was.
Bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang, 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 bang.
Some hot sauce on my burrito, baby. Yes, indeed. But yeah, it went 12 rounds. So with Larry Holmes being almost in his prime at that point, to go 12 rounds with a guy, that definitely speaks volumes to Tim Witherspoon's skills
Yeah.
at that time. I heard he put on a lot of weight after he lost that fight, though. I think
Probably
lost to
got
Larry
depressed.
Holmes.
Yeah, probably got depressed.
Yeah.
Larry Holmes wasn't no slouch.
I'm going to hit you with some more news. In 82, Jordan beat Georgetown in the championship game.
Okay.
Also in 84, the
I was
Colts
born
left
then. I was born.
Baltimore.
Yes, they did.
They left Baltimore.
Yep.
Smart.
And last but not least, Barry Bonds hit 714.
Well, let me go ahead and cross that one off my list.
Oh, okay. See,
Let me cross
it's
that one
amazing
Okay,
how
okay.
this day is like someone's history.
Hey, Charlie, you was alive for all that too, ain't you?
Oh
You
damn.
were.
Body
You
shot, boom.
were.
Body shot.
Hey, so shout out to the Huddle historian.
You
out
know?
here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Coming to
indeed.
you soon.
Yeah. Another thing that happened, 1991,
Yes, sir.
Michael Jordan was named the MVP, the NBA MVP, on this day in
MJ.
1991.
I gave a man a lot of notes that year.
That was good right there.
Yeah.
It was a good year.
So, having said that, I have something really interesting for us.
Oh, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Lay it on us.
Now, this wasn't on May 20th.
Okay.
It was May 24th, but since we're not going to be airing on the 24th,
Same week. It's in
yeah,
the
same week,
You know what I'm saying?
same week. There was this group that were given the moniker the Bleacher Bums.
Bleacher Bums.
Bleacher Bums. They were arrested in 1920, May 24th. The police officers raided the Chicago Cubs bleachers and arrested 24 fans for gambling.
Dang.
They was,
You know what,
so they was
actually-
gambling in the stadium?
They had it on lock.
They
Actually,
was
I heard about
running.
that.
They was running the books.
Yes, they had locked down a certain section of the stadium.
And everybody just bet.
They was betting on anything.
Wow.
Hey,
anything.
for real?
Dang.
Wow.
This during prohibition.
Yeah. So
1920.
the police they ran a sting. They were dressing up as normal people.
Hey,
Oh,
boy,
dang.
You know,
yeah.
seamstress, milkmen, the whole nine. They went in there and they caught these cats and arrested 24 of them for gambling.
Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
and so did it say how much money they how much money was exchanged during? That'd be
No.
interesting to know in that time. In comparison to money now.
I couldn't find any information on that.
But that's I just figured I asked. That's wild, man. So look, if y'all was at a game and they had a section with some betting going on, would you be down or what?
I go slide a dub in. You know.
Nah,
You know.
me, I'm kind of skeptical because I don't know who these dudes are. So, I might be thinking it might be a sting.
but, at the time,
You gonna know who the
you
bleach
know who
bums
they was.
are.
The word was on the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They be like, look, Charlie P taking all bets on them John
Mhm.
Wall gonna hit 17 footers
There
tonight.
you go.
You
That's
know?
like when they used to run numbers. You knew who was.
The number runner.
Yeah, like
Right.
you know.
You in the know.
Yep.
Definitely in the know. So, all right. So, speaking of these stand bookies or the bums, bleacher bums, that leads us into the U.S. Supreme Court deeming that states can choose whether or not gambling is legal in their state. So some states will do it off rip.
Yeah.
Other states will follow. It's a copycat society, almost like copycat league.
Mhm.
So will college sports betting come back because of this law change? Do y'all think it'll come back? And if it does, what kind of role will it play in the game?
So, well, for me, my thoughts, it's definitely a strong possibility, but I feel like it'll hurt the college gameplay that we see now. Like a lot of people now watch college games more so than NBA games because the competition, the drive, the heart, they see that more. But you go to betting, it's going to be somebody that's on these elite teams that's probably don't have a lot of money.
Blue
And
chip.
and they getting tapped like, hey, we
Missed
set
the free
moms
throw.
up for
Hey,
X amount of
Buy
bread.
that tractor
You
for
know,
the farm.
throw this
Yeah.
game or let the point spread be this, which
Point
could
spread.
hurt it.
That brings up another interesting topic.
Uh-oh.
Referees.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. Yeah, yeah.
That's where it can get messy. is
Yeah,
because
yeah.
The referees know the point spread.
Yep.
Yeah.
They know who's, how they can make money
Ref
as well.
said, my wife
So I'm
need
gonna
to do
call
minivan.
6 fouls on this guy. Get him out of there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call extra fouls.
Absolutely.
My
You know.
wife need a new minivan.
Yep.
Not my wife,
But-
because we ain't driving. When I get married,
But you
you
can
know.
actually go deeper. What about lacrosse? What if you have players lacrosse?
Any-
People gambling on lacrosse.
Any college
Any
game.
college.
So you think the players should get paid in college now?
So that's exactly where I
So-
was going, Charlie. I'm glad you said that. So I was going to
He
say,
sensed it. He sensed it.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
if if the college players are affected, if the NCAA is smart, they'll say, hey, they have an avenue to get paid. If we want to keep the integrity of the game, which they claim they want to do, you know what I'm saying? How about we give them a little bone? You know, pay them a little bread. Pause. I see you back there, Neil. Shout out to the audience. So, you know what I'm saying? Pay them a little bread, and they won't feel as enticed by the betting money.
You're
Now,
right.
granted, there will still be some that's like, man,
Yeah.
the stipend ain't enough.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like, I need them new J's, and I couldn't get them because my stipend was only 2 stacks.
Right.
And I had to buy food, take my youngins out.
Especially
you know.
like you said, if moms, if the house about to get, foreclosed on or
Stipend
something.
money ain't gonna keep the house up.
Nah.
But they're using these players' likenesses as well.
You're right.
You know, EA Sports, these jersey sales, all of these type of things are garnering these college institutions money.
Yeah.
So they're getting money from
They're
players like
making
you and I.
millions, sometimes, billions NCAA getting,
Absolutely.
and the kids ain't getting
Pay
that.
them.
So Charlie, if betting comes to college, what do you think the NCAA should do?
It's a Pandora box. It's a Pandora box. You cannot fix the problem in one situation. Because
Is it like Pandora the radio station? I like Pandora.
I mean, because it's so wide open that you cannot chill, pause, chill, no homo.
Hey,
You cannot.
We
You
apologize, ladies and
you cannot fix the problem because, like you mentioned earlier, even though I might get paid a certain amount of dollars, you might get paid a certain amount of dollars. I might turn around and take a bet on the side because I want more cash. So it's I don't see no fix coming.
Hey, we ain't got a problem yet.
But I foresee it's gonna be a major problem.
I say give it a try. Pay the players.
Yeah,
Pay the players.
Mafia.
that's what I say.
So, all right. So it'll be a little bit more obvious to spot in football, basketball, maybe in lacrosse. Lacrosse get a little play too.
Track and field.
And baseball. But what about the sports that people don't pay attention to as much, like field hockey, like women's field hockey? Even though it's major in the college ranks, a lot of
Volleyball.
people don't watch it. Volleyball, water polo, like how would it be investigated to see if anybody's point shaving to get money? Because that could be an easy way to really filter money.
Exactly. That's why I said
Because I don't even watch those sports. So I don't even know how you can even point shave in those sports. So I don't even
There's
know.
always a way.
No, I'm sure it's a way. I'm just saying, since I don't even watch it, I wouldn't even, me looking on, I wouldn't be able to know that somebody point shaved.
the
you
frozen
got the
four,
point
like in
shaving,
hockey, college
volleyball.
hockey, the frozen four. They can, shave points there.
Hey man,
Hey,
So it is wide open.
We're going to see what happens.
I wish I had a frozen drink or something. It's a little hot outside.
It's about time, man. All this rain we've been getting.
Our audience is frozen. They got a lot of shade they throwing. Shout out to the audience. You know what I'm saying? We got some good people in the studio today.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, y'all see that Valor game, the arena football game last night?
No,
I was at the fight.
Baltimore actually, they actually beat us, the Washington Violets, 42-41. So
Dang, all the Washington teams just bad.
you gonna go there, man?
I was just making an observation.
All right. Well, we're gonna come back with more sports topics after these few messages. We'll see you when we get back.
Where did the name come from? Like, why did you pick Wing Builders?
Wow. So when I was in 8th grade, my last year playing with Silver Hill, I had a coach. I remember like my last practice. It still stick with me. I'm 31 now. I was 13, and I remember he sat us down and he said, this is gonna be our last game in Boys and Girls Club. Some of y'all never gonna play football again. Most of y'all are gonna just be hall walkers.
Wow.
And I thought it was like, I guess I got it. Like now I look at it, I was like, I get it, like it's tough love type deal. But some of us didn't have our dads in our lives. some of us might have lived with grandparents, and we were 13, so I thought that was like a tough thing to tell a kid at 13 years old. Like, you don't know how it can impact me, like impact them. Like for me, it was kind of like in the bag with motivation, right? But at some point, you gotta realize like there's not enough negativity in the world to keep you going. Once you reach a point, people gonna love you. Then, well, how you gonna respond to that? So, you know, I just felt like no kid deserved to have their wings clipped. You know, no kid deserves to feel like his circumstances should make him be destined for failure. So, every kid I deal with, I try to meet them where they are, and I try to make sure that I can make sure that they're the best version of themselves.
All right, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen. The Huddle team has been heavy on boxing, and guess where we're going? Right back to it. So let's talk about let's talk about Dante Wilder, the potential fight between Dante Wilder and Anthony Joshua. So, first of all, do y'all want this fight to happen?
Absolutely.
All right. Is this unanimous across the board, Charlie P?
I have no clue.
Oh my goodness! Come on, Seth. So look,
It's always
if they
the ball
fight,
guys.
who do y'all have winning? How about you? Oh, okay, go ahead, boxing
Um,
extraordinaire.
I have winning whoever you don't have winning.
Well, I'm going Anthony Joshua.
You going Joshua?
I'm going
Well,
Joshua.
I'm going Wilder.
All right,
All right.
well, give me your 2 cents.
Okay. If it ends up being a boxing match,
Mhm.
I would have to agree with you and say because he is the better boxer in
He's
my
the
opinion.
better boxer.
Yes, he is.
But as far as a fighter, going in there and just knocking folk out, Deontay Wilder. If I was going out to a rough neighborhood,
You want him?
I want Deontay with me.
So you on fight night using all your energy, and then
Yeah.
fourth round he all sitting like this, throwing these little weak joints.
If it gets to the fourth.
Oh hey,
If it gets to the
okay.
fourth. All it takes is one. And that's what we've seen from Deontay
So
Wilder.
why would you say Joshua then?
He said if it's a boxing match,
Okay.
he's going Joshua.
Joshua's a better boxer.
That's just like, you know
But
what I'm
if they
saying?
brawling.
If they brawling, I got Wilder.
If he gotta get something out the top cabinet, we going Sean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if something falls under the table, we going Mike Lang. You know,
True.
because I'm there already. I got that for you, cuz. You good.
You are
So-
closer to the surface.
Hey, whoa. Hey,
Surface.
Wait a
we
minute.
joning?
Not just you know,
I'm supposed to roast.
observation.
Yeah. All right.
So who you got, Carl?
I mean, you know, like Sean said, if they brawling, then you gotta go, you know, Wilder. Only thing with that is, boxers like that, they waiting for their chance. You know what I mean? Which leaves them open to get got.
Hey, don't get got.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the only thing. Like Mike Tyson, for instance, power hitter, but he had to work his pause. He had to work his way to get to where he needed to go.
Right.
You know, because a lot of the boxers had reach. So, you know, these guys.
We
yeah.
childish, y'all. We sorry. Go ahead, Carl.
But that's the, you know, so that let him to be, you know, at default a couple times if those guys would have got their shot off, you know.
Right.
That's the only thing. So,
Hey, I'm gonna just take over this conversation.
hey, you know, you
It's so loose. You know?
guy, you childish, yeah.
Hey, kids, if you're watching, man, don't be like us. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like we childish.
Oh, the
man.
band
We
Get
got-
y'all.
we
the
got-
band
Charlie,
reach.
P, do your thing, Charlie.
The
Do your
Bama
thing.
got reach. Okay.
If they got,
All right,
you
back
know.
to your host, Mike. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I personally would go Anthony Joshua because he is the boxer, but he's also faced a lot of power hitters, specifically Vladimir Klitschko. I don't got Wilder being stronger.
Then
Pause.
Klitschko.
Watch that guy. Than Klitschko.
When he
Now,
fought
granted, when he
Klitschko,
fought Klitschko, it was
yeah.
in his, towards the end of his career, but that jab still vicious.
Klitschko was he was 2 fights away from a walker.
Hey,
when he fought Joshua.
hey, look.
So, you know, to go in there against a younger, stronger fighter,
Mhm.
I understand Joshua walking away with the victory. That's a name on his resume, but it's an old name.
You're right.
Deontay
But
Wilder.
here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
At least Klitschko at least had better footwork. You know, he has a better boxing IQ. So even though he was older, might have been a little slower.
Right.
Wilder's just everywhere. You know.
His last name fits his style.
Yeah, he's just everywhere. And then I watched the feats when he's swinging. They not coordinated too well. You know, looking like JaVale McGee in the post. You know, a couple years ago. So. I mean, it's been working so far,
Right.
and you know, definitely congratulations to him. It's entertaining to watch, but he definitely got to clean some things up if he's gonna go in there with that same kind of style and attitude, which rightfully so should. It's worked, but he's gonna have to adjust somewhat. He's never had to adjust. So
But do
until
you
he
want to
shows
switch
me,
his style though?
no.
He's
I'm not
undefeated
saying
right
switch your style, but you know he's never had to really
Put some
do
control on
any in match changes. You know because he's overpowered everybody.
Right.
So you know just like the bully around the way, he been dogging everybody. New dude moving. He try to fight him, he get punished. He like, hold that, I ain't never been hit like this before. So you know I want to see Wilder adjust when he gets something that's new.
His last fight he did, guy hit him hard, had him shook. So Wilder had to go into a defense mode. He actually had to dig deep and find that boxing.
Oh,
Boxing skills.
Hulk Thanos?
Yeah, them
You
shook like
you don't want them problems.
And he prevailed. He came on and won that fight.
Oh, okay, it wasn't Hulk Thanos because Hulk he didn't prevail. Shout out to Avengers.
Off the shit.
So, all right, fellas. Speaking of boxing, if if Canelo isn't ready to fight due to everything that's going on with drug tests and all that, then by default, the WBC champ would move up, which is Charlo. Charlo's a great fighter. I mean, really good. Has pretty much all the intangibles.
Yeah.
Is he Triple G ready though?
Wow. That's a really good question, Mike.
He's a lot of other fighters ready.
Yeah, because he say he's not a game. When people talk to
Triple
him,
G job like the Terminator right now.
Well, can I throw another name into that?
Oh, go ahead.
It's a guy from Baltimore, Gervonta Davis. How about that guy?
seen him last night.
Triple G.
Possibly. Or Charlo.
He ain't done dancing in the ring yet.
Okay. Yeah, he's
Gervonta Davis still, he's still showboating. You ain't got time for none of that.
No.
Against Triple G.
If he hit you, he hit you.
Yeah.
When he hit you, you're gonna know about
You right. Have you seen the punches Triple G is taking?
Yeah.
Then he's walking through them. This is the Terminator for real. I will crush you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh. So I mean,
you gotta be ready. That's the thing. So in boxing, you never know when it's gonna be your time for cases like this. If the person that's up next not ready because of issues,
You gotta go to somebody else.
you next in line. You gotta be ready.
so again,
I think it'll be a good fight. It probably wouldn't go the distance.
who's winning it?
Yeah, Triple G for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What you talking about, Sean? What you talking
man,
You
about?
want the
That's-
box?
that's
You
a
want
close
actually
one.
want the fight to go the distance, or you want a knockout?
I want to get my
I just
money's
wanna see a
worth.
good I want to see a good fight.
So I mean, you want to go the distance, then like
It don't
round
have to
for
go
round.
the distance. It go 5-6 rounds.
Yeah, I
As long
need
as
it.
it ain't the first or second.
I need at least the 6th or 7th round, at least to say, all right, I got my money's worth. Especially if I go live, like tickets ain't cheap. So if you go live,
I'm just going to somebody's house
Now,
for $5 or something.
if you watching pay-per-view, you still want to get your money's worth because you
Get my gas worth driving.
You
over
want to see
there.
like the combination, the footwork, the
I want to see a good fight.
dip and dive.
They're both pretty good fighters, technicians. So you'll get that regardless.
Man.
But Triple
it's
G,
just
his
about-
name been out there for a while. He's
He's
proven
definitely a ring.
himself.
He's a ring general.
Yeah.
So
But Charlo making his name known.
Yeah, no, he is. He is.
So-
I really wanted to see Canelo fight Triple G.
so did I.
But, it is what it is. Right now, Washington sports is still in the mix with the Caps.
He's gonna go there. Really?
They won. They got out the semis. They defeated the Penguins.
Yeah.
They in a battle with the Lightning right now.
Yeah.
They went up 2-0.
2-0.
Exactly.
They dropped 3 straight.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's bad.
It's getting hot. It's
Yes.
getting hot in the kitchen right now.
It's bad.
I mean, I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. Do y'all think the Caps can right the ship and turn things around and get to the finals? Or
Well, me personally, I think it's a winning season because they finally beat the Penguins to get over that
That
hump.
hump.
And then they rolled that wave to go 2-0 on Tampa Bay. But now all of a sudden,
Are they out of gas? Because
I think
went
they out of gas. They lost three games in a row.
Three
And
in a
now
row.
we have to go back to Tampa Bay down to Florida to win Game 6.
Mhm.
So
They got to win Game 6.
gotta win.
They
Absolutely.
living for Game 7 at this point. Like Game 6 they got to win, and they got to get Game 7 at least to have a glimpse of anything.
Get
All
into
right,
the
so
stand.
real quick, Game 6, Caps win? Yes or no?
No.
Wishful thinking, yes.
Charlie?
yeah,
Yeah,
stick with my home team. Yeah.
I'm just saying yes because I just want to see him win.
I want to see it too.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I
But
don't think they can
three
beat
three games. That's
Because
But
every
that's
year though,
that's a hell of a slump.
But
Yeah.
every year they in the hunt, and I don't even watch
Yeah,
hockey, but they in the
man.
hunt. So it's like,
Made ingredients
But-
getting a little old too.
But
yeah.
what the
Aging.
Vegas Knights? This their first year playing hockey.
Mhm.
They up 3-1 against the Jets.
Yeah. First expansion team in history to do that. Yeah. Excuse me.
So do you think NHL is like playing the field? Because the Vegas Knights, they are in Vegas.
They are, but they still got it. You
They've
still
been
got
Still
to.
got to play.
Yeah, you still
They've
got to
been
play
dogging.
it.
You gotta get on
And
the ice.
scoring in hockey is not easy.
Right. But
So-
expansion team?
Hey, it
Man,
don't
look,
matter.
They still losing teeth out there. So
Yeah, you
They
put the
earn-
you
they
put the
earning the
puck
fluke if
in the
it's
net, you good. That's all that matters.
Absolutely.
All right, but Vegas, once again, you
Hey.
never know.
You never know.
All right. So earlier we spoke on the Cavs,
Mm-hmm.
and you know they're making it a little bit more interesting. But if Boston comes out and gets another W, do y'all think the Cavs can make it to the finals? And if they don't, will LeBron be in Cleveland?
Oh man.
I would say, since I'm a LeBron fan, you
Oh,
know,
Speak out.
whoa. You
Speak
what?
out.
Sorry to hear that, Carl.
I am a LeBron fan.
Oh my
You
gracious.
know, I respect that man's talent.
All
I
right.
would say he's not giving up without a fight. So as long as you got a couple other guys that got that same mentality, not to give up without a fight,
Like the refs?
don't do that. You still gotta score. You still gotta score. I ain't even.
Or you can get to the line and score for free.
Still gotta make the free throw.
Yeah.
You can still
Yeah,
travel.
those are,
It's a lot. Well, everybody traveling in the league. You can't even.
his free throws doing bad on 2K, so that's not
Yeah, they
always a
are.
guarantee.
No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
But I want them to win. I want them to get back to the championship. But if they lose, I don't think he's gonna leave. At least everybody else think he's gonna leave. I don't think he's gonna leave. I think he's gonna stay put. Some people gonna get fired.
Yeah.
Now that's gonna happen. Some people gonna get fired. People gonna get moved around.
Oh, the whole team gone.
Yeah.
Whole team gone.
Happens every year.
Yeah.
But I
what I'm
think he's gonna stay put.
So how can you put LeBron on the same page with Mike?
saying? Nah,
So
nah,
we ain't even
nah, we
talk
ain't
about
going
that
down
now.
that
Like
route
we,
right now.
yeah, like we
Do you
already.
think they're gonna get to the finals? And if they don't, is he going to stay, Charlie?
Slim,
Speak
he shouldn't be there for one. The league, they promoting him to get there. You gotta think about it, okay? The NBA, they want everybody to watch the game. So who you gonna watch? LeBron play.
I'm watching whoever out here hooping.
Mhm.
So
They
me
ain't
personally,
hooping.
the Celtics is a better team.
Right. They ain't hooping. LeBron hooping. The Cavs aren't hooping.
Yeah.
So, are they making the finals?
No, they're not. They're
There
not.
we go,
Sean?
Sean.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with no.
Mm.
That's a no for me,
It's
dog.
a no for you.
Okay.
That's a no.
Well, this is easy. That's a no.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Is he gonna leave?
He ain't leaving. He gonna be pissed off.
Where is he going?
I think he might.
If he leave, where he going?
He's gonna
Philly.
chase another
He-
championship.
he-
To Philly?
I think he's going to Philly.
He's going to damage some players. That's what he's going to do. So,
He might hurt what Philly has going on though.
Yeah, he's
Philly
going to
already has
Philly.
what they,
But he's
Philly has what they
chasing
need.
championship now.
damage players. You're a 1 or 4. You're no longer a 1 or 4. You're just an other that does something, maybe.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. Factuals. Factory. So, all right, let's move on to something a little different. Esport gamers.
Near and dear to my heart, video games.
Video games.
You know.
The new athlete, quote
Mhm.
unquote. I don't know if y'all consider that an athlete, but that's another story. Gentleman by the name of Tyler Blevins,
Mhm.
also known as Ninja.
Mm.
This guy's the most popular person on social media. I'm talking about your LeBrons, your Hardens, your Tom Brady's. They nowhere near in comparison.
He got Beyonce numbers.
He got every he
Oh dang.
social media period.
So what is it? He's just playing online.
He's
What is
playing
this guy
online. The
Tournaments.
sponsors fool with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, different tournaments.
They got arenas now. Where people watch. I don't even like watching nobody playing the video game at their house. I want a controller.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They watching this. They paying to go watch these matches.
Their viewers are getting upwards of 400 million right now, and they projected to get to about 600 million viewers
Yeah, so
by 2020.
They have their interactive streaming, which is on Twitch.
Yep.
And so, like everybody watches the dude, regardless. It's like they wake up. People wake up, look at their IG. They wake up, they're on Twitch. With my man, what Ninja talking?
What did he do
out
today?
here dog.
What did
You know
he
what I'm saying? So
what-
the joint is front page news for this world, and it's in such high demand that the sports world is like, look, we need some of this bread beef.
Yeah.
How do you think this will affect sports? Do you think it will demand TV time soon?
Oh yeah. I think it's going to end up like poker and all that on ESPN. They're going to end up showing that on ESPN.
Okay.
Because the money, the amount of money in itself that's there is crazy. Like people are winning 9 figures from playing tournaments throughout the year. They winning up to 9 figures.
It's a real job.
So it's like, dude, if I'm ESPN, it's only smart for me to get in the race and televise it to get my piece of the pie.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a question. Charlie, you was around when Barry Bonds hit the 71 home runs.
Oh my
Stuff
God.
went down to 82 and
Oh,
everything on May 20th. You know, how will folks part of your generation adjust to this type of sport? Will you accept it? Will you stop playing video games, man? You gonna get you a Twitch account? Like what is the brain cells in your mind going through with something like this? You like these fake athletes? Well, you know what's up, man? What's on your mind? Speak out. We know you got something to say.
You gonna respect the man as an athlete or nah?
Charlie mad about bowling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He still hurt off the bowling.
Athlete is a stretch.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you talk about they're gonna get thumb springs and stuff, you know.
I mean, people do develop carpal tunnel from playing video games.
Yeah.
You know.
So Charlie, you gonna get you an Xbox?
Now my thing is, you know what,
PC
you
game?
know, I'm not gonna hate on this young man what he's doing. You know, he making that bread, he making that bag, but
Good bag.
technically everything is a script, it's a program. So if you study the program, you can see how the program works, and you actually can
I don't think they going to get the code for these games, Charlie.
Well, you a programmer as well, so you know how it works.
Look, I ain't looking through no code. You know what I'm saying? See me on the sticks, B pause, audience.
But me personally, like you said, I cannot sit there and watch somebody else play video games. I actually want to get up and play myself. So,
You play video games?
I play Madden.
Yeah.
Madden all the way, all day long.
Neil said seal for some wings.
I thought the last game you played was Tecmo Bowl, Charlie. My bad.
Goodness gracious.
My bad.
Hey, don't do my man Charlie like that.
I ain't, because Charlie be busy.
Charlie,
I ain't know.
Shots fired.
You ain't gotta take that verbal abuse, Charlie.
Shots fired.
You said see him in Madden, Carl, for the wings.
Hey, it's nothing. It's nothing.
I can attest that the online gaming, it is addicting.
Oh yeah.
I remember a few years ago, Madden was my game
Yeah.
too. I'm rushing home because I know I got a match. I'm scheduling games
I had
inside of
trophies.
the franchise.
I literally had
Yeah.
trophies
Because
when
it's
the
the
Madden
online season.
Yeah.
So you had to play at certain times of the day.
Saturdays were locked down when the draft came around. It's an all-day event.
Yeah.
You got to do your
Madden,
scouting,
yeah,
you got to do
Madden.
your draft.
I got out of the league. I said, I'm not built like this. I thought I was.
Yeah.
It was like
So-
week 3, and I said, I give up.
What team did you play on Madden?
I use the skins, but
Thank you.
by
What
the
team
time
you play?
Cowboys.
Mike?
Me, At the time, I used different teams every year.
Ah, Lord.
Nah, because I'm
Scares
versatile.
them.
No, I used the Cowboys,
Mhm.
but in certain years when we had great offense, I felt like it was cheating. So I wanted to challenge myself and use a lesser team. So a team with less offense but decent defense. That's what I would do.
He
And I would
sounds
run the
really good.
ball. I
Yeah.
would run the ball, and then I would do play action off the run to my tight ends. Wouldn't even be my wide receivers to my tight ends and my fullback. That's a little secret you can use when you play Madden B.
Mm.
So
By the time you're done making your trades and everything, it's not the team you started with anyway.
yeah, you're right.
Nope.
So,
You're right.
some years I would choose a team that had the best commodities, the best trade
On the
bait.
show.
So that way I can get some things. And maybe I'm sharing
Yeah,
my
you
secrets.
a
Let
GM,
me watch
you a
out.
GM me. Oh, you a GM me.
I'm going to stop right there. But
You used to have Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff too. You was trading. Shout out to Leonard. Shout out to Leonard.
Oh,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
so last but not least, quick topic. Not really a topic, just some information. The Bucks hire Mike Budenholzer, the old Atlanta Falcons coach, to a 4-year deal. He was a
Smart.
long-time assistant from the Spurs
Mhm.
under the Greg Popovich tutelage.
Mhm.
Just real quick, yes or no? Good hire?
yes.
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 All right, cool. So he did move with less in Atlanta. He had a little bit better shooters, but he definitely has a star to build around, which he didn't have before. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on with that. It was good talking about these topics, but we'll be back to you shortly, and we'll get to this 2-minute warning. Huddle up.
Where did the name come from? Like, why did you pick wing builders?
Wow. So when I was in 8th grade, my last year playing with Silver Hill, I had a coach. I remember like my last practice. It still stick with me. I'm 31 now. I was 13, and I remember he sat us down and he said, this can be our last game in Boys and Girls Club. Some of y'all never gonna play football again. Most of y'all are gonna just be hall walkers.
Wow.
And I thought it was like, I guess I got it. Like now I look at it, I was like, I get it, like it's tough love type deal. But some of us didn't have our dads in our lives. Some of us might have lived with grandparents. And we were 13, so I thought that was like a tough thing to tell a kid at 13 years old. Like, you don't know how it can impact me, impact them. Like, for me, it was kind of like in the bag with motivation, right? But at some point, you got to realize, like, there's not enough negativity in the world to keep you going. Once you reach a point, people going to love you. Then, well, how you going to respond to that? So, I just felt like no kid deserved to have their wings clipped. No kid deserves to feel like his circumstances should make him be destined for failure. So every kid I deal with, I try to meet them where they are, and I try to make sure that I can make sure that they're the best version of themselves.
Where did the name come from? Like, why did you pick wing builders?
Wow. So when I was in 8th grade, my last year playing with Silver Hill, I had a coach. I remember like my last practice. It still stick with me. I'm 31 now. I was 13. And I remember
All right, welcome back. We back in the building with this good old 2-minute warning.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, so Charlie, this your segment, man. Do your magic.
Question, Sean.
Uh-huh.
Your man card should be revoked. You're a golfer. You lost a player tournament, championship tournament. Your wife come home and beat you, and beat your wife. Beat your mother. And you call the police.
Physically beat?
Yes, physically beat you.
My mother?
And your mother, and you.
Oh.
She said during the tournament, the golfer name is Lucas Glover. He lost the tournament. When he was playing, she said, if you lose this tournament, I'm going to take the kids away. You will never see me again. I'm going to beat you. He lost the tournament. She came over and beat him.
Beat him physically.
Yes.
Um,
So his man card be revoked.
yeah,
Hey.
no doubt. That man card is gone.
He called the police on her as well. Mike Lay, what would you do in that situation?
First of all, man called been gone. It ain't happened that day. It was gone.
Yeah.
It was
Me
gone.
personally, first of all, what she hit him with a golf club or something? Like Slim, you ain't gonna be swinging on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not happening.
I might
Mother
be
was
short,
bloody,
but I handle
he was bloody.
business.
He let his moms get beat up too.
By the wife.
Yeah, it's not happening.
And Mother's Day just passed.
Yeah.
Come on, B.
That's not a good gift.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's not happening.
Last question. This is a tough one. Should kickball be considered a real competitive sport
Yes.
compared
Yes.
to like a recreation sport? Like for
Yes.
example, you have a team. You can be at work and let's go out and play kickball. You want to play? You want to play? You want to play?
Yeah.
Should be considered a real sport.
Yes.
If table tennis is a real sport, the Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
yes, kickball could be a real sport.
Kicks, yes.
I mean, after playing kickball with some kickballers,
Kickballers.
Whoa.
yeah, like they,
That doesn't sound safe.
they was legit. I mean, they had everything down to a science. Like they had a formula. They was
Carl,
strategic.
We know why we lost, Carl.
Hey, I wasn't even gonna say that.
You was busy at first
You
base.
go ahead, Mike.
You was busy at first base, B. That's
Hey,
So
You know?
I'm
so
just saying.
you went out there and played for fun.
I
So
thought it was
this
for.
was- this
I
was
thought it
serious.
was for fun until we got in the game.
This
Then
was
it got
There
serious.
was no fun about this,
Yeah.
Charles.
Yeah.
But
There's some leagues around
kickball
here
used
that's
to be
serious.
like a fun sport, like in elementary
Yeah.
school.
Well,
What
in the
is funny
'90s.
about this, B?
Football is fun too.
Yeah.
Basketball is fun.
Okay.
I think we should throw flag football into that too.
Oh yeah, because
There's
people.
some real
Oh,
ballers.
yeah,
out
My
there.
cousins,
Wow,
my
wow.
cousins, two of my cousins play flag football, and I mean, you think
So-
flag? I'm go pull the flag. Nah, they getting broken collarbones,
Yep.
broken legs.
Yep.
I'm like, y'all gotta go to work.
So what about arena football then? Why don't
What you
everybody
mean?
pay attention to arena football?
The people that's in
It's just not
that's in that world, they do.
They don't. I mean, they don't. You gotta look at how much TV time.
30 seconds.
How much TV time they really get. This dude.
All right, for the
Can y'all
the
hear
US
Jesus talking to us?
the UFC 224.
What?
224.
222.
If you were sitting there boxing, she was fighting, and she told her coach that I don't want to go back in. He forced her back in to fight the last round, and she still got knocked out. She was getting brutalized. Is it her fault for going back, or is the coach fault for going back in there?
It's coach's job.
The coach is
It's her fault for going back in. Just cause you,
Carl vicious.
hey, just cause you tell me as my coach to go back in the game,
You
no,
get
I'm,
beat.
I'm going to the locker room.
She getting hammered.
Yeah, forget that. I ain't going back in the game.
I mean,
What
she
kind of match
get-
was this?
So what would you do, Sean? You sitting there fighting. You getting beat down. Your coach like, go back in, go back in.
Well, let's use somebody else. As far as getting beat down. Let's use a different example. I'm going back in there. I'm going back in.
I ain't got too much pride. I'm chilling.
I can dig it.
All right.
All right. So is that it, Charles?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. So look, first of all, I want to ask you guys to please subscribe to our page on YouTube. Click the
Yes.
bell so you can get notifications of when we're going live. Tell your friends and families to subscribe, and enjoy the time with us. Anybody have any closing remarks?
Yeah. Like and share multiple times throughout the week. We appreciate that. And have a good week, That's what I got.
Also, you have topics, send it to us. Questions you want to talk about, bring it to our attention.
If you got a beauty and brains, or if you are the beauty and brains, hey, DM us, email us.
So Sean, you got anything for us?
I sure do.
What you got for us, Sean?
I got a challenge for somebody.
Challenge.
I'm tired of this right now. I'm tired. Mr. Babyface Tucker, could you please come on out here for me for 1 second?
Babyface Tucker, what they call him.
Okay.
I got a challenge, and I need you guys' help out there. All right, I need you guys to send in some suggestions. Like they said, retweet, come back to us. Let me hand you this, brother. All right.
What's up, y'all?
You've officially been served. And I'm gonna read with that details right there. All right. On May 20th, and this maybe one day we'll talk about this as another event in sporting history.
Okay.
May
2018.
On May 20th, 2018, I'm gonna read this out to everybody that's watching.
Okay.
Dear Neil Babyface Tucker, you and I had a conversation last week sometime, and although there were a lot of great things discussed, there was one thing that stood out. We have a common goal of losing somewhere around 20 pounds. What better way to get started than to have someone force your hand in front of a live audience?
Yeah.
Neil,
See the ass.
Neil, I hereby challenge you to a 30-day weight loss challenge, whereby the winner will decide the loser's next haircut. The loser will also have their picture taken with said haircut and use it as their profile picture on Instagram for the succeeding 3 months after the challenge is over. All right.
Challenge
So you
on.
accept the challenge?
I accept the challenge.
Okay. And I'm gonna show everybody my side profile. All of this, when you see me 30 days from now, it's gonna be gone.
30 days.
Because I'm gonna win.
I want the record to show that I have clippers, so I can give it a haircut.
So when is
Mike, get in.
You want
Mike
a piece
get
of
in
this,
the
Mike?
challenge.
Nah, I'm not in the shot.
So when is the
That
start?
wouldn't be fair.
When is the start date?
We start
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, so
I'm pig out after
what you
this.
do from June to July 4th weekend? July, ending in July.
Alright, so-
July 1.
so
July
look
1.
out.
That's exactly what I got
July
here.
1.
I'm gonna let you
Oh
guys
yeah,
see that.
yeah. July ending July 1. Yeah,
July
that's
1,
what the paper
2018.
says.
Serve me, JB.
Mhm.
Man, serve
Hey,
me on that.
he didn't tell me what it was until it was happening, and I was like, I can't save my
I'm
man.
ready to go.
Alright, well, you heard it here first.
Challenge.
Neil has
Challenge.
been given a challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got a weight loss going on. And, you know, if you want to join the fun, you're more than welcome to join in and lose
Send your
some
information
I got
and
one more
we
thing.
weight. What you
definitely
got
can
to
join
say,
the
Sean?
challenge.
Sean got something on his mind.
For
What you got to
every
say, Sean?
pound I lose, I'm gonna donate $5 out of my pocket to a charity of some sort.
Okay.
Good point,
So
Sean.
y'all can get involved with this.
Yes,
Y'all can
sir.
help the community out.
Let us know where we should donate the money to, and we definitely donate the money to your charity.
Okay, all right. You know, Neil, I mean, you know, he got a
$5
decent job.
for every
You gonna
pound.
donate, Neil? You got a couple dollars in the piggy bank, you know? No? Yes? Okay, maybe.
Don't watch the bag.
We're not watching the bag. We're just asking a question. Answer the question.
$5 for every pound.
$5
And I would
every
definitely,
pound.
Sean, I would definitely match your donation
Oh.
to the charity. So,
I accept the challenge.
so it's a done deal.
Oh, so
Hey.
that's
Right.
so that's
Hey.
3 matches.
Hey, I'm broke, so holla at me another time. So, all right, we got the challenge on the table. Y'all know what it is. We look forward to it. Y'all stay tuned and huddle up. We'll see y'all next week.
Gotcha.
Easy.
See y'all.
One time.